Here we go again.
Hello PCQIs, we're back again with our FDA inspection scenario. So on the previous video, we've discussed about the inspection reports, if there were any pending ones that you needed to make sure that they've been taken care of. So this other scenario, it's the small talk where you have everybody in the room and everybody shaking their hands and shaking each other's hands and things like that. And you're introducing your team, you being the PCQI and the designated person or persons. That's going to be the primary, alternate, or a substitute, right? Whatever their titles are. So in this scenario, people are going to be talking about certain things, like it could be just simple as everybody's names and contact, how you need to introduce yourself. So if you don't have this type of protocol, please do practice those. You know what you do every day, right? So, and what your specialty is. So talk about those. Exchange business cards if you have them. If you don't have them, obviously you're gonna receive some business cards. And at this event, this is where typically the questions is going to come up, or the investigator is actually going to tell you or tell the group or the room what is the purpose of the inspection. More than likely, you're probably looking at its routine, or it could be something specific, okay? And they're going to say that. And some of those things that they're going to ask, normally if they come super early in the morning, they'll ask if you are, when are you going to be doing your environmental or sampling, or your finished product sampling, or any type of sampling process. So, you know, I've seen it where the investigator will watch the sampling procedures. Now, when you are performing these things, you got to let everybody know to have their SOPs or procedures on hand, okay? And sometimes the investigator will look at that and review it, and they would ask particular information on that particular process. So typically what I would like to see is, do not answer without an SOP at your person, right? Or on you. You know, I'd rather you read it verbatim. So you, number one, I know you get to memorize all of these steps, but you don't know if you missed something or they were rewritten and they went through another draft for approval by senior management or somebody senior in the team that did some deviation changes and whatnot. You don't know that. So as an investigator, they're going to look for that and basically, you know, says, hey, you missed this spot, or you missed this actual process. For that. So don't assume you know all of it. Things change, especially when you're not there. You came back from vacation or from the weekend, and things happen, and things get changed, right? Now, part of this is, as these conversations are happening, what needs to be covered is also the investigation period. A lot of investigators, they're very respectful. They know you're in the middle of production, participating now, intruding on your time, and now they're gonna take some of your time. So some of those functions might not be covered. So you need to let them know, those process. So a lot of the times they might shadow you and ask a few questions. You can lead them on to those areas. Okay. So on our next video, we're going to talk about what a facility inspection would look like when you have an investigator with you, okay? And some of the things that that you might want to expect. Now, a lot of these things we're talking about, these are based on scenario that I personally witnessed or been called upon by our clients to say, hey, this is what's happening, and we get a post-interview briefing. And if you are a PCQI, especially in the compliance world, you got to make sure these procedures are documented. So if certain things happen, you need to start compiling all of these procedures so you can pass it on to the next person within the organization, as well as going to the chain of command with them, so there's no pushbacks on your procedures when these certain things happen. So I always believe in policies, right? What is the company's policy to abide by the program? And if they are written down as a PCQI, you need to take a look at those procedures of how to implement, right? And how the team needs to put these workable solutions together. And as a PCQI, you need to ask yourself, what if something else happened? What are the corrective actions? What are the acceptable preventive measures or preventive controls that needs to be implemented? So you need to start writing these things down. And as you improve your programs, obviously, you're going to continue to document these things and get them up the chain of command for approval. So then now you can create training materials to basically disseminate these new SOPs. All right. So anyways, PCQI, that's all for today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.